Okay, so today we are going to talk about 8 habits that make you or help you be a better producer, better artist in general. These things are not necessarily all about music. They have a lot of things to do with your mindset, with your schedule, with your life in general, with the choices that you make, with how you live in general. So here we go. With number 1, we have listen to good music. That seems like a very simple one, but hear me out. When you tell someone to listen to good music, it's like, okay, that's a very general and generic thing to say. Listen to good music, eat good food, watch good movies. You never tell someone to go and listen to bad music. But the tricky thing is that for us producers, because we make music, we have a very, very, very big freedom to make any kind of music that we want. Therefore, we have to direct and manage our creativity in a way that would lead us to making the music that we want to make. So with that being said, it's very important to listen to the music that you would like to make actually. Now, what kind of music do you want to make? It depends on you. It can be your favorite genre. It can be the music that you have grown up with. It can be the music that, you believe can bring you the most benefit. These are all different things, and it's a different conversation on its own, but it's very important to listen to music that you like and you want to make the similar music to that music. Don't go listen to music that you don't like. Don't go listen to music just because you listening to them. You know what's very interesting, and I say that a lot, is that we never think about the cost of listening to music. Yes, you heard me right. Listening to music has its own cost. The same way that eating food has its own cost. You don't eat junk food, or at least you shouldn't eat a lot of junk food, because it's not good for your health. The same goes for music. You shouldn't listen to a lot of BS music because it's bad for your ears. You can't put everything in there and expect some good combination to come out of you when you're trying to produce music. So as an example, as you probably know by my accent, I'm not an American person. I'm not from US or UK or Canada. And English is not my first language, but I do love English hip-hop, especially American hip-hop. So I like to make that kind of music. I like to make American hip-hop, American rap, American trap, American drill, also UK drill, but mostly American ones. So when I like to make that kind of music, I can't be listening to the music from my own country. Now, I'm not saying music from my own country is bad or anything like that. It's just not the kind of music that I like to make. I like to make English music, English hip-hop, rap, trap, drill, old school, etc. music. So that's what I have to listen to. My ears get used to that sound, and then it will impact my judgment when making music. In number 2, we have be an active listener. Now, active listener is something that I'm probably going to make a video about it very soon, because it's a very vast field of things. It's a very wide range of things, and it's very, very, very unbelievably important. But just to be brief right now, active listening is when you listen to music as a music producer, as an expert in music, and not just as a average listener. You listen to music as someone who knows what they are looking for, what they are listening to. Active listening can also mean that you listen to music paying attention to the details. So for example, what kind of hi-hats have they used, what kind of claps they have used, what kind of drums in general, what is the bass line, is it an 808, is it a sub bass, and that's active listening. And you have no idea how much active listening can benefit you. You can take classes, you can go to different YouTube channels, watch this video, watch that video, you can watch thousands of hours of videos, but active listening is something else, and trust me on that. Because when you listen to music and you actively listening to the sounds, you will realize things that only your brain picks up. Because comparing to the YouTube videos or tutorials, you watch a tutorial and the coach or the professor or the producer in that video tells you, okay, listen, we go in there making this kind of music using that sound. that's very straightforward. You're not discovering anything for yourself. But when you're active listening, you're actively discovering things for yourself, and they will be exclusively there for you. So that will make you a special and unique producer, a producer that stands out, an artist that will stand out. But let me know in the comments if you want me to make more videos about active listening. Okay guys, before we get to the next points, please make sure to like this video and drop a comment, and also very importantly, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, because that's very important and that can help me more than you think. Thank you. Okay, at number 3 we have a very important one, and it has more to do with your mindset. And number 3, look at music as your job. We start doing music because we like to, we start making beats because we like to, we start mixing and mastering because we like to, we start making songs, writing lyrics because we like to. But after some point you have to realize, if you want to do this music thing as a job, it has to be literally like a job to you. So what does that mean? That goes into much more detailed layers. So for example, when you look at music as a job, when you look at music as your job, you know you have to make certain amount of beats per month, per week, per day. You know you have to send beats out to people. You know you have to send melodies and samples to other people. And when you look at it as a job, that's when it literally, really, actually starts being a job, and it can start benefiting you in monetary ways. And let me tell you, if you're not thinking about monetary things right now because you're at the beginning of your way, it's understandable, but you have to, at some point, you have to realize that you should make money off of music, otherwise it's gonna go away. So realistically, as much as I like to do music, like in the middle of the night, whenever I like, however I like, I can't do that. Sometimes I have to make beats that I don't necessarily love to make. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna name any beats, but any genres. But sometimes I don't feel like making beats. I just don't like to make beats. I just don't feel like it, but I have to make that because it's my job now. And this is an important thing, an important hint, important mindset, because it will lead to our next points, and we will go into much more detailed layers, like I said before, and yeah, it's gonna change your life. So hear me out. At number 4 we have a schedule. This is very important, and it's completely related to our previous point. Having a schedule for your beats, for your music, for your production can just turn your music to something more professional, because you're literally thinking and seeing it as something professional. Know when you're supposed to be making beats. Know when it's okay to not make beats. Know when it's okay to make a beat for yourself. You know, you're just experimenting with things, and it's completely fine if the beat turns out trash. But you have to know when you can do that. Obviously, I'm not saying that you should know, you should know the precise hours that you're gonna be making music, because personally, even for me, that's not something that I can do. But you have to know an approximate time, and you have to have a time limit for how much you're spending on specific things. I might make a whole video about this concept of looking at music as a job, but for now, that's, I think, enough for you to know. But again, this point leads us to the next point, which is to take care of your sleep. Yes, as much as I like to stay awake at night and be making beats, be writing music, be mixing and mastering, because, you know, nighttime is when I turn alive. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it ruins my whole schedule, and I assume that's the case with most people, like 99% of people. You gotta know when you're going to sleep, you gotta know when you're waking up, and you have to know that amount of sleep that you're getting is enough for you to function normally and in a normal, mediocre to perfect way. You know, I can't stress this enough, and probably a lot of you are not going to listen to this, because I didn't listen to when I was a couple of years younger, but Now I know this as a fact that taking care of your sleep, your sleeping schedule is very, very, very important. And if you're trying to make or solve your sleeping problems, I can direct you to a couple of different sources that I like. Personally, I've really learned a lot from Healthy Gamer. Healthy Gamer GG is the channel's name, and Dr. K is the person who talks about these things. He can really just watch his videos. He can really help you solve your sleeping problems.